we're back.
It's been so long.
It has been so long.
So long.
We didn't do a Friday and we didn't do a Monday.
I know, like 4 whole days. We missed you.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, it is all
Had
day.
to think about it there for a second.
Rightly so. I felt that.
Happy Tuesday. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking
What?
about how much time I spend in my room. I was thinking about that last night. I'm like, this is the year of the bedroom. And not in a like romantic way at all. But like I've spent an absurd amount. Like, when do you spend this much time in your bedroom? Because I also like if I have to do work and stuff at night or whatever, like or just to like get away from the children, I'll be like, so I have to go do some work
in my bedroom.
And then I just like watch Netflix on my phone in my bed.
Classic move.
Anywho, how are all of you? Let us know in the comments how you are. How are you doing for real? This is a time. This is a time we went back into full-on lockdown. Except schools are still open. But schools, Walmart, and Costco are still open.
It's so weird.
But nothing else.
No.
So there's that.
What about Starbucks? Is Starbucks open for you?
Drive-through. It's essential. It was all Starbucks, McDonald's, Tim Hortons. Like those places are always those. Listen, Starbucks is essential.
I mean, you never know anymore what
I know, right?
You're going to bring. So I ask.
No, it's essential.
That's good.
It sells food.
Got it.
It sells food. Anyway, how are all of you? Let us know in the comments how you are. How are you managing? Let us know. We would love to have an update. Today, we are talking about money blocks. And this came up in quite a few conversations over the last couple of weeks. And so I wanted to really address some of the shifts that I've experienced and some of the shifts that we've seen our clients experience over the years. I would say, and even it's been really interesting this year to navigate the season that we're in with business growth.
Yes.
Right? The company has grown. Our clients, despite lockdowns and certain professions not even being able to practice because they've had an online business, some of them have had massive growth in their business this year. And so we wanted to talk about money.
Yep.
We wanted to talk about the shifts. And also because the 2020 pricing for the 10K Success System is expiring next week.
That's
December
crazy.
23rd.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. And so we really wanted to have a conversation about this because, you know, money is energy. That's all that it is. And, you know, it's currency. It's fluid. Money is fluid because it's always sort of in motion. You exchange money, you have it, you don't have it, it goes away, it comes back. It's an entity that, you know, is infinite. There's an infinite amount of abundance. Let's call it like that. And that's sort of the belief that we operate from. It's like, you know, nothing is cheap or nothing is expensive. It's a value exchange. It's energy. And some things might not be worth a lot of energy. Therefore, the dollar value or the dollar amount is low. Yes. And therefore, you can't expect much from it. Right? Like when I go, for example, like if I were to go and buy, you know, like crappy hair elastics from the dollar store that are $1, they always snap. Right? They always snap.
Yep.
The glue
Yep.
becomes like unhinged.
It's crappy glue. Bad glue.
Versus if I go to like a beauty supply store,
Yes.
right? And I go and I spend $16 on a packet of hair elastics. The energy, think about it. How frustrating is it when your hair elastic snaps?
So annoying.
It's an energy suck.
Mm-hmm.
Versus how does it feel when you have a good hair elastic and it doesn't rip the hair out of your head?
So good.
Right? And so money is just energy. It's just energy. And you assign the, you know what I mean? Like we know based on like the dollar value, sort of what we're going to get energy wise most of the time. Of course, there are times where that isn't true, but such is life.
Yes.
Right? Like such is life. And those times are learning lessons.
Yes.
And so we can either come from, a place of abundance and really looking at it as energy to say, well, okay, if I give low levels of energy $3, then I'm going to get low levels of energy back.
Yep.
$3 worth of low level energy. And sometimes you're like, this was the best, like for $3, I got all this stuff. And sometimes that's true. Most of the time, that's not true.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get what you pay for.
I believe that fully and completely.
I believe that also. Like you get what you put out.
Yes.
In return.
Yeah.
And so it's been really interesting to hear, certain comments and certain phrases like, oh my God, that's so expensive. Like think about that, right? Like that's so cheap or that's so expensive. Mm-hmm. Or I didn't realize it was going to cost that much.
Yes.
Like the phrases that we commonly use speak to our relationship with money energy.
Yes. With money energy. I like how you added energy to the end of it. It's so important.
It's so important. It's money energy. And so, if we look at the two ways that you could, experience money, because it's just an experience, right? Mm-hmm. It's an experience. So you could either experience it with the vantage point of, or the belief system of scarcity.
Yes.
Right? Which is constantly being in fear, constantly never having enough, constantly afraid that it's going to run out, constantly coming from a fear-based place. Yes. Again, energy. Think about it. I'm so scared nobody's going to buy. What if I build it and nobody buys? Can people really afford it? Do people really want to work with me? It's energy. It's a feeling.
Yes.
It's a fear-based feeling that you are bringing into your business. And so when you come from a place of fear, what is the energy surrounding that?
It's negative. It's fear-based.
Yeah.
It's scarce.
It's fear-based, and like attracts like.
Yes, it does.
Like attracts like. So if you are sitting in a place of nobody's going to buy, I'm going to waste all this money, what if it doesn't work? Investment, should I really spend the money? Can I really do this? If you are coming from a place of fear, then you will attract fear. You will attract what you put out, right? You will attract ideal prospects. You will attract a community of people who are looking for a deal, who are also afraid to spend money on themselves, who are also skeptical of their own worth, who are also afraid that they're going to not be able to make it work and not want to invest money into themselves because you are operating that way.
Yes. It is the law of the mirror, because if that is your thought process, that is unconsciously the words that you are choosing. It is unconsciously the messaging that you are putting out there when you're talking about all of the things. You are going to focus on the pieces that scream out scarcity and fear versus abundance and change.
Yeah. And so if we come at it from scarcity, that's what that looks like. Versus if you come from a place of abundance, then it looks like I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. And I'm here and I'm excited for the challenge and I'm excited to learn and I'm going to bet on myself and there is more than enough to go around. And it is safe for me to start a business. There's plenty of people who are going to want to work with me, right? It means that you are set up to receive.
Yes.
Now, I'll say this, and this isn't one of the shifts, but it just came to me. If you have a hard time receiving compliments, think about it. How do you react when somebody gives you a compliment? Are you like, do you disclaim it? Do you like, no, like, I didn't really do that, or like, no, with all this person, like, do you brush it off, or can you receive? Can you receive? Can you receive a gift with graciousness and gratitude without feeling like you must reciprocate to really genuinely take it? Can you receive? Or do you feel bad? Do you feel bad about receiving? I used to feel really bad about receiving.
Same.
Like, compliments used to make me wildly uncomfortable.
Yep.
And so look at that. Look at how good you are at receiving help. Look how good you are at receiving compliments. Look at how capable you are of receiving gifts without feeling like you must reciprocate.
Yes. Oh, that's so good.
Right? So I really want you to explore this because it just came to me, and I know when stuff like that happens, it has to come out of my mouth. But it was, abundance is being able to receive, because if you block receiving, you're really not coming from a place of abundance. You really are coming from a place of scarcity.
Yes, you are. Yes, right? You are.
You really, really are. And so these are, think about it. Like, look at your body reactions to certain things and see where you're at. And there's no judgment. It's just, it's like a pendulum.
Yeah.
Like, you might be over here and you need to sort of swing this way a little bit.
So when I think of when I have these questions posed to me, and this might be a really weird way of looking at it, but maybe this is helpful. I always want to be on like the low end of the spectrum. Like, if I was listening to this right now and you were like, look at your body, listen to your body, see how that feels. In my brain, I would want it to be negative. I would be like, I would want to have, the not good reaction, because then I can go, oh, this is something in my control that I can fix now or improve now or get better at now. And that is the most exciting thing. So you should want to see things and see holes and see opportunities for improvement in this conversation. You should want that.
It's like leaning into the suck.
Yes.
I just choked on my spit. You talk.
I don't know where you are going to go, but I will say it's leaning into the suck because, we're here for growth, right? Above anything and everything else, we're here for growth. Our clients are here for growth. And so no matter where you are on the spectrum, you always want to see the opportunity for growth, because otherwise, what is it? What is it about if not?
Yeah, totally. So shift number 1, if you're wanting to address your money blocks. And so here's the thing that I'm going to say, and I don't want to harp on this, but this is such a conversation worth exploring. And if you want to have this conversation, I will happily have this conversation with you. So leave a comment below, for real. If money is energy and you want to make $1 million, think of the energy center, the vortex, whatever it is, the container of energy that you have to hold 1 million energy units. A million energy units. And when I started to think about it like that, I was like, oh, I have some work to do.
Yeah.
I have some work to do. I want to hold 10 million energy units Do you know what that means? Do you know the responsibility of holding 10 million energy units is? It is a big, it is an important responsibility.
Yep.
So this isn't the shift, but it also just came to me. Am I in a place where I can hold millions of energy units?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Am I in that place? What do I have to do every single day, right?
Yeah.
To get my beingness, my center, my attitude, my skills, my mindset, my team, my everything to hold the millions of energy units that I want to hold. You know, it's not about being deserving. It's not about being deserving. It's not like, do I deserve it or not? Everybody deserves it. I'll pause because it's one of the shifts. And I'll start with that. It's actually shift 3. I'll start with shift 3. It's the commitment. That is the shift. It was the third shift, but I'll start this way because it's, this is what we're talking about. But it was the third shift. It's the commitment that I had. It's the commitment that my team has. We are constantly up-leveling, constantly. All day having conversations just like this internally, up-leveling our own skills, up-leveling our own energy, up-leveling our own habits, up-leveling our own mindsets, because it's not just me anymore. As a team, as a unit, we have to hold space for millions and millions of energy units.
Mm-hmm.
And, think about it. How committed are you to transforming into the person that has the capability of containering thousands or millions of energy units? Mm-hmm. It's not deserving or not. Deserving has nothing to do with it.
Nope. There's plenty of people with money who don't deserve money.
Right?
Come on.
How committed are you to the work of containering, of attracting, of generating, of holding millions of energy units? Think about it like that. How committed are you? Because you don't get a level 10 result with a level 2 commitment or a level 2 effort.
Nope.
So the shift that I had to, the shift that we see, oh my gosh, we saw such breakthroughs even last week with our clients as well, such breakthroughs. It's like the commitment to identifying these blocks and to actually securing the support to work through them is commitment.
Yes.
It's not just like having a vision board. Like, that's not commitment.
No.
Commitment is you going to therapy every week for 6 months. Commitment is you doing a gratitude journal every day. Commitment is you becoming financially literate. Commitment is you tracking your metrics.
Yeah.
Right? That's commitment. That's a shift. So that's shift number 1 in terms of if you really want to break through your stuff with money, you have to be committed to that.
Yeah, you do.
Right? And to follow through. And then shift number 2 would be verbal programming. So this is my belief system, and you don't have to resonate with it, but thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results.
Yes, I believe that.
Right? You can thought your way to poor results.
Yes.
You can thought and feel your way to nothing.
Yes.
To scarcity.
Yes.
Right? Or you can thought and feel your way to action and results.
Yes.
But it starts with a thought because thoughts produce feelings.
Yes.
You can't feel it's a thought, then a feeling.
Yes. And you know how I think about it? Just to contrast a little bit. So I have the same belief system, but in my head, thoughts, and I have to think about it this way to make it make sense, lead to like little tiny neurons that fire and produce little tiny hormonal messages that then come in and tell my body to do something, which then produces a physiological reaction with that, which then makes me do the thing. And that's the way I had to think about it in order to conceptualize and internalize that philosophy, because I couldn't make it make sense to me the way my brain works.
Yeah.
So it's
a physiological reaction.
It literally is.
Okay. We're all in the health and wellness.
Yeah.
You can have a thought.
Yeah.
And it can produce a stress response.
Yes.
So if you have a thought, whether it's true or not,
it doesn't matter.
It can physiologically produce a stress response.
Yes.
What do you think happens to your life?
This is the way I think about it. And it makes so much sense in my soul. So much sense.
You can think yourself into a stress response.
You can. Like a body responds.
Like an HPA axis stress response. You can think your way into like a blood sugar situation.
Yeah, 100% you can.
So if that's true, right, then you know, again, verbal programming, your thoughts matter.
Big time. Right?
It's too expensive. You know, I'm really scared. What if I don't make my money back? What if this? There's a difference between vetting and being financially responsible.
Yes.
And verbal program and thought scarcity-based programming.
Yep.
There's a difference.
Yep.
And how you react to it and your response to it. And so really taking a look at, you know, I've really tried to do this with my kids. I've tried to not say that's cheap or that's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to say things like, you know, what is this worth? Right? Like worth.
Yeah.
Because to worth is different for everybody. You know, I say to them, is this a want or a need?
Yes.
Right? Is this a want or a need? Right?
Yes.
And for sometimes it's a need for them and they'll say it's a need and I'll say, why?
Yep.
You know, my daughter like fake nails. No, I need it.
Yep.
Why?
I mean, I'm not arguing with her.
Right?
You need.
But like it's she has to then explain to her, like to me, why she needs it. So verbal programming, right? So shift number 1, commitment. How committed are you to getting the result that you want? And again, think about it. Okay. Oh my God, such a connection. All the downloads are coming so fast right now. Okay. So think about it. If we go commitment and verbal programming, you could be so committed to your verbal programming and get the exact result that your verbal programming is programming.
Because you are wired to win at whatever you want to win at.
Yeah, right? So if you're super committed to staying where you are, guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah. If you're super committed to something not working for you.
Yeah, and look at what is coming out of your mouth, right? Look at what's coming out of your mouth. So that's super interesting. And then the third one is accountability. So, you know, it's really easy to ignore your money situation, right? I did it for a long time because I had no accountability. I didn't have a bookkeeper. I didn't really, you know, like I did taxes and whatever, but I had no financial accountability.
Yeah.
I didn't have a spouse. I was accountable to no one. So I could not be responsible.
Yep.
And the real question is, you know, and this is something that once we started having financial responsibility, even in the business, to the extent of like that we were tracking for a while, like we weren't tracking, we were just making money.
Yep.
And we weren't tracking. And so when we started to track, when we started having accountability, even internally.
Yes.
Right? Every single day, the question became, what are we going to do to bring in revenue today? We became revenue focused. And that's not a bad thing.
Of course not.
We're a business and we're here to transform lives. And we can only do that if we stay in business. And so accountability, like, do you ask yourself this question? Like, what have I done today, or what am I going to do today to generate revenue, to enroll clients? And like, this is part of my morning routine. And this is why I believe that my morning routine not only saved my sanity, but also for those first 5 years really helped me grow the business, was because I did revenue generating activities first. So I got them out of the way, right? My revenue generating activities were done by 7 a.m. So even if the day went sideways, even if Google shut down, like it did yesterday, I was done. I was good. Yeah. My revenue generating activities were completed. So it's commitment, it's verbal programming, and it's accountability. And these are the shifts that separate the sort of, with respect, the wannabes from those who are successful. Because that determines your level of professionalism, and that shifts the energy around you.
And can I say, because I think this is important, if you're not willing to do the shifts, if you're not willing, it's repeating back to me, that's annoying. If you're not willing to do it, then just admit that to yourself. And don't put yourself through the pain of wanting something that you are not willing to do the uncomfortable things to work towards, because we see that, and that, with all the love, is the worst possible outcome. It's the worst possible outcome.
And it's also okay. Like, there's no shame in that. Like, just to say, I'm not ready.
Yeah. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this right now.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And that's okay. But keeping yourself in this cycle of punishing yourself because you're not doing them for whatever reason is horrible. So please don't do that, because that's not what we're here for.
Nope.
That's not what we're here for. And again, like, this is an important conversation, and we're here to help. Like, we're here to support you. I can see all of your comments. Yeah. Sarah saying, I listen to my own taped audio every night, verbal images and I am statements. Yep. Made a huge shift in my life. Same.
Love that.
Like I always say, I had to brainwash myself out of my cultural norm programming.
Yes.
Which is why for so long I felt like I was doing it wrong, because the cultural norm programming states that it is selfish to want to make more money. Like, it's all of these, cultural, societal norms around money and wealth and abundance and this type of mindset. I had to brainwash myself the other way, and it was constantly flooding my thoughts to create new feelings, to create new synapses, like to create new memory muscles around these types of scenarios, where for years I only listened to like positive reinforcement stuff. And basically still do. Like, I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention. Like, I'm like, nope. I create all of this on my own.
Yep.
Right? So this is a really important conversation. And especially after the year that we had, like, this type of resilience and this type of commitment, it like double down. Double down. Right? So we hope this was helpful. This is an important conversation. We'll continue to have it as we have been for years. And we will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.